We are now.
Now we are.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to RVing New England.
Oh, no, do the whole thing. No, I got to do the whole
Oh,
thing.
you got to do all that?
I want to do that. Yeah,
Oh, God.
got to lead up to what they're doing. Oh, forgot to press the button again.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
How's that? Is that better the second time around?
You know, I love doing this show so much that we might as well do it twice in the same night.
Right.
Right?
Nobody ever know the difference.
We have the equivalent of it.
Welcome to RVing in New England.
Look, we've got people from all over the country. Now, Zagami, as I said before, when we did about 3 minutes before I realized, wait a minute, we don't have an audience, and we realized we didn't hit the right button.
Yeah, but the audience didn't know we didn't have an audience.
Right, but we know we didn't have an audience because without an audience, we have no show.
That's
so
correct.
I looked over and I saw, well, no audience, and then it still says scheduled. The thing I was saying is that you are still mentally in Boston, even though you're physically in Florida. Okay.
Right.
That Boston show was a phenomenal show. And the Tampa show was a phenomenal show.
Yep.
Now, I think because we did a lot of work with the video cameras, that maybe we should share some of these special videos that we did with our audience, because this audience is deserving of everything great RVing.
That's true. So why don't we start?
Hold on.
See who do we have?
You just said that's true with no life, no enthusiasm, and no vigor. Say, that's true, John. This audience is the best I've ever seen. And we need to give them our best each and every week.
We do.
Go ahead and say that.
We do. John, I've got some videos for you that are fantastic, that everybody is going to absolutely love, for all the hard work that we did in Boston and Tampa and showing people what's out there. So the first one,
I think, but before we show the videos, we should tell people this show is sponsored by our friends at Lee's RV and Auto Ranch, or Auto Ranch.
RVing in New England is sponsored by our friends at Lee's Auto RV Ranch in Ellington, Connecticut. Conveniently located between Hartford, Connecticut and Sturbridge, Massachusetts, just off Route 84. Visit this family-owned dealership that sells new and pre-owned RVs, pre-owned pickup trucks for your new trailer or fifth wheel, and the latest in ATVs and powersports products. Now in their 28th year of serving outdoor enthusiasts throughout the Northeast, they offer a 28,000 square foot facility and a 50,000-pound Mohawk lift that can handle up to the largest diesel pusher motorhomes. Lee's also offers a full body shop and collision repair services. Visit Lee's Auto RV Ranch at 171 West Road, Ellington, Connecticut, or call them at 833-429-9397. Always online.
So we're going to carry them for another week or two while we negotiate for a new sponsor for the next 6 months.
Okay. However, let's be honest here. As a man, you hear a voice like that and you say, I wonder what she looks like.
She looks like a computer.
Wow. Walter Swenson would probably be able to tell us exactly what she looks like.
Well, if you think that's nothing, one of the hottest topics, completely off topic, one of the hottest topics in the computer world in information image management is a company called ChatGPT. It's generative artificial intelligence, and it's taken the world by
GPT.
storm because you put in a sentence or a request, and the computer generates from millions of pieces of information in the world. You can. I did one the other day and sent it over to Chris and said, I said, write an article on how to buy an RV. Within 18 seconds, I had a completely documented article on it. So the schools are worried because the kids are going to be cheating. Marketers are worried because people are going to get more misinformation than they already have now. But it's so smart, and it's in beta right now to test it. But if you think that video, that computerized voice on that video is something, just wait till you see what's coming down the pipe. That's in the other part of my life, my document imaging and my other
And
life.
in the image of fairness, okay, can you imagine if CNN had one of those machines and said, talk about a certain story, and Fox had another machine and said, talk about a certain story, how you would have nothing at all, even though it was the same story, nothing similar.
Well, they might come out with the same thing, and then then it would be fair and balanced.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
don't know,
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Hey, before we go into our videos,
technology, and I'm sure Walter's on top of it also.
Yeah, Walter is here.
Who else has joined us? Let's go up to the top
Walter's
here.
here.
Jerry back in number one spot. Yeah.
Kevin is here from. Kevin must be back in Elkhart by now.
Okay, Dante from Tampa. Okay, Dante, I've got to go to Tampa Tuesday or Thursday of next week.
Bob, it's Tampa, not Tamper.
Tampa. Mark Lebrecht. Good evening, gentlemen. Burr from Whately, Mass. Oh, you're back in Massachusetts. So we're not going to feel sorry for you, Mark, if you left Florida to go back to Massachusetts. Frank Cates. Hey, you all got an audience now. Yeah, we have an audience now when you press the buttons the right way. Tamara. Tamara is our winner. She says, I missed something. I'm available to chat about my win and the camping trips and the RV show in Boston. I'm so sorry. I'm electronic stupid. Well, meet your twin brother, John DePietro, Tamara. He fits in that category. I am going to put a link down for you, Tamara, and it's going to be in the chat box. If I hit the right thing, if you will copy that and put that in your URL line, your headline there, I should be able to see you once you connect. And when I do that, we will bring you up to the screen to talk about camping. Tamara is the winner of our grand prize drawing. So just follow that link, and we will bring.
Do you want to say where that grand prize drawing was for?
That was for a Quadrini electric bike and a bunch of other camping goodies.
Okay. That was at the Boston RV show. Okay.
That was at the Boston RV show.
You're assuming they know that, and they don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing is, before we talk to our friend, we should say that on Tuesday when we're down in Tampa, I'm walking along. All of a sudden, I hear a voice that sounds familiar. I look up, and it's Sandy Ellings. Hello, boys. I think I saw Sandy the day before, right, Sandy? I saw you on Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw her on Wednesday. Yeah, she was down working the show.
Yep, that's right. That's right. We saw her at different times. So, what do you want to lead with, Zagami? I think
I'm gonna lead with something that people can't buy in New England yet because they haven't established a dealer in New England. There is a new company out there called Brinkley RV
it's sort of a new company.
Right. It's a new company with some old favorites that have been out in the industry for quite some time. Bill and Ron Fennick, Nate Goldenberg, Mika Staley, and I had a chance to spend some time with Mika. They were extremely busy. They only had 2 units on display, and they had people in that display for the entire length of the show.
Right. And what was one of the units that they had on display?
Oh, I just took that picture off. But they took the unit that they named after me. It was called the Model Z.
Model Z.
I had that picture up from last week, but I actually took it off. So I
That's
don't
amazing.
know. Now the second one is a Model G, and I'm sure that's for Nate Goldenberg. So see, even their first unit, John, when you think about it, they named it after Sagami before they even named it after one of the owners of the
One of the
company.
founders, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That
So
is a tribute to what they think of you.
there you go. Let me show you what the Brinkley looks like, and we'll talk to Mika for a little bit here.
So this is the prototype. All right, back at the Camp Report Show, and I'm with Micah Staley, one of the founders of Brinkley RV, and we've been chasing it down ever since you founded the company, and now we finally got you stationary for a little bit. So tell us about the history and what's so exciting about Brinkley.
Well, we're blessed to be here, and this is a big show. We got a lot of exposure here, and Brinkley, started with just the five of us wanting to do something different in the RV industry. We've learned a lot over the years how to build them better, build them differently, and I think collectively we got all five of us owners are part of the company in different ways, which is a huge benefit to us. But we're blessed to be out here, and we're excited to see the response of the retail customers.
Well, it's not your first rodeo. You've been around, you know what to do. And I think the beauty of that, I think you'll agree with me, is you saw what everybody else did, and when you had a chance to do it yourself, you did it differently. So what's different about Brinkley? What should people know when they ride down the road and see Brinkley up there?
Well, I think, first of all, the quality is, you can tell just by walking inside the unit. It's different. It looks different. It's got a different feel. It's very homey, very residential. But what I think the biggest thing that we're listening to our customers, and I think that's what people are finding out is what their voice is being heard, and we're showing them by what we're doing with our product designs, and it's exciting because you can the interaction that you can get on social media nowadays is incredible.
Yep.
And so we're listening to them, we're talking to them. And so it's been a fun adventure so far.
So the Model Z is the first one. And is this the first showing for the Model G? And if so, tell us about the G. We'll come back to the Z.
So the G is our toy hauler model, and it carried on a lot of the same characteristics and the same features that the Z did. It's basically the Z's big brother. And Nate Goldenberg is the product designer for it, one of our partners.
That's why the G, huh?
Yeah. And he did a fantastic job. He is just like we did with the Z. Listen to what customers want. Put a lot of emphasis on the outside storage, and his sound system's incredible, and his floor plans are great. But the inside of it, nowadays people are using toy haulers for more than just hauling toys. I mean, their offices, their bunk rooms, their auxiliary rooms, their garages. So it's really exciting to see the kind of market that we're hitting with our toy haulers.
So it was also nice of Nate to name the first one after me. So I really appreciate that. But you're right. When I do my seminars and I talk about toy haulers, I say, because so many people walk into a toy hauler and say, I don't want a toy hauler.
Yeah.
Well, stop. Think about all the other things. And I think it's finally getting noticed in the industry, so people are doing it, but the consumers know it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So what will the consumers saying to you about having a residential, more or less a residential toy hauler?
Well, so I got to be honest, Nate is the one that handles the G,
yeah.
and I do the Z. So, but we talk all the time. We talk about product design, floor plans, and what's really cool is how the reaction that we got on the Z. We knew that there was something there in the G, and Nate always is going to put his spin on it, and it's got a little bit different feel. But man, I think he knocked it out of the park. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for him and for our company that we were able to get it here, and people are responding the way that they are. So.
Yep, that's fantastic. With Micah Staley from Brinkley RV. Micah, always great to see you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
I know you have more people there than you want to talk to than me. So,
right on.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Superior camera work in that, if I say so myself.
We put you behind the camper. All right, we got Tamara in the lobby.
Right. Well, why don't before we bring her on, Bob? Why don't we just talk about a couple of the comments that our viewers had mentioned in that with Walter Swenson had mentioned. Oh, Sandy said, "I love that the designers are actually taking the rigs out and camping in them for a month." That's true.
Yeah, Micah took it out with his family and his children, and they had a great time. But they stopped at campgrounds, and people came around. The great thing when there's a new RV that shows up in a campground, the other campers always want to see it, and the camper who owns it always wants to show it off.
You're right.
So, people will always come,
The
especially with
nature of
the high-end fifth wheel or, Prevost bus or something like that.
And Walter Swenson says that definitely have done some different and innovative things. Let's see how the quality and the extras survive the drive for margins. We identified some standard quality issues, but nothing major. So Walter was there. I'm sure he went in that.
Yeah.
Because we know he's in the market again. And Sandy Ellenson says she went by the booth, but again, they only had 2 units there.
And it was crowded, right. And with
they
the
were lined up.
You're right. People were lined up.
They were lined up. So anyway, why don't we move on with our contest winner?
All right, let's bring Tamara Sylvia on the screen, and she's got somebody with it. Can you hear us, Tamara?
I can.
Well,
and this is my granddaughter, Sophie, my oldest granddaughter, who goes camping with me all the time.
So was this your first? I get a sense this was not your first camping show. You said it was the first time you ever won anything, right?
Well, it's the first time I ever won anything, but it's also my first camping show. My best friend, Jerry, introduced me and my granddaughters. I have 3 granddaughters here that we go camping all the time. Since she introduced me to it, and she said, "You always rent a cabin, so why don't you come to the show and let's show me like what is available." And I went with her, and oh my God, I had the best time. Those campers and pop-up tents and stuff are like amazing. Like it's opened up a whole new world for me.
Well, the industry's come a long way. They listen to the consumers. The thing that we like about it, the show is owned and produced by the Paragon Group, and you talked to Carolyn Weston when your name was drawn, and NERVDA is that every year we get about half the people that are going to at least in the seminar programs, half the people in our seminar programs have never been to an RV show before. And that's just like you. And 90% of them don't have an RV. And that's what, it's interesting. It's great to hear your impression of the show as a first time attendee.
Yes.
Because lots of times we actually get criticism from people that go to the show. They say, well, I wanted to see more motorhomes, or I wanted to see more pop-ups. And veteran people will do that because they now have a defined niche and a defined product. But what we like to tell them, the reason that we have the shows and the reason why dealers spend so much money to go in the shows is to show a selection of products that are sellers. And you get a chance now. Just think of it. We had 12 dealers in the show. If you had to visit 12 dealers on 12 different days, look at the money you would spend.
Couldn't do that.
You couldn't.
Well, I gotta tell you, I was amazed at everything that was introduced to me and walking around seeing what was available. Because again, I have 3 granddaughters here with me now, but I have 4. So we go camping. Our biggest thing is about having a bathroom and a space for them. And in a tent is a little tough for 4 kids. And the things that I saw there, oh my God, I fell in love with a lot of them. And one of them I was really in love with, and I'm still thinking about, trying to figure out how I can do it, is perfect because it has the bunk beds in it. It has a bathroom in it. It has an area where they can come in and just sit and play and have space. And I didn't know that, being a new camper, that was available.
That sounds.
And I love it.
It sounds like it may have been a toy hauler with a garage in the back when you talk
No, it wasn't. I forget the name of it. I can tell you the price of it. That's all I remember. But going in, it had like the kitchen area, and then to the right, it had the master bedroom. But over to the left, it had 4 bunk beds. Like it was 2 sets of bunk beds.
Yep.
And then a wall that had baskets in it that we could put all their stuff in, their clothing in, their camping stuff in. But it also had floor space where they could come in and sit and play together and do games and stuff. If it was raining out, or if it was really cold out, or if it was an awful day out, we could do that.
Why don't we ask the lady who's leaning on your shoulder what she likes best about going to the show and going camping with
Actually, she didn't go to the show with me, but I did show her the camper. Remember the thing I showed you, the pictures of the camper? What did you think of that?
I really liked it.
Yeah. How old is she?
11.
11 going on 13, or
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty much? Okay.
So you've been camping in tents. So
We didn't do tents. My girlfriend introduced me to it, and she has a pop-up. So yeah, I guess it's a pop-up tent,
okay.
and that was fun. But I went with her, and then when I brought the girls, I'm like, I don't think this is ideal for them, but they did go with me. They had a great time, and then we went the next time. We rented. I'm a glamper, I guess. I rented a cabin.
That's all right.
Only because it had a full bathroom, and I was worried about the girls because my youngest one is 4.
Yep.
So I was worried about them getting up in the middle of the night, walking all the way over to the bathrooms and stuff. So, but seeing these campers, I'm like, oh my goodness, we don't have to do this if we can buy one of these.
Right.
Roughing it.
The selection now it really meets everybody's needs.
Yes.
So there are some that actually sleep 10 people in a trailer. And what's the thing that you like most about what do the girls like most about having the idea that grandma might buy a trailer and take us camping? What types of things would you want to do when you were camping?
What do you love to do when you're camping? What's your favorite things to do when you're camping?
To play outside and to play with toys and stuff.
And talk about the hammock. We won the hammock. What about the hammock? The hammock, every time we go camping, they love the hammocks, but we always have to wait for them. We have to wait in line because there's so many people on them. I got a hammock in that thing that I won, and oh my God, they were ecstatic over it, that they don't have to wait in line anymore.
That was a great prize that the folks at Paragon put together.
Yeah, that bike for me, you have no idea. They all have bicycles. I'm 55 years old and I'm running around. I work in a trauma operating room during the daytime. So my free time is all about camping. We spend the whole summer camping, and that bicycle, I don't have to pedal it. I don't know how to use it yet, but I don't have to pedal it.
Let me ask you this question. What do you want to say the hospital you work in?
Boston Medical.
Okay. So there's a chance that a couple years ago, that when Zagami was trying out an electric bicycle for the first time, he went straight into the wall in the BCEC.
John, you keep saying the wall.
That makes me feel great.
And he wasn't wearing a helmet.
I fell off the bike on the concrete floor. But because of my stamina and good conditioning, I got back up, got on the bike, and drove off again. But there's another story about Boston Medical.
Because 4 EMTs came over and lifted him off the floor and put him back on the bike. And
my son that's sitting in front of me is one of the EMTs.
John likes to talk about the bad things I do. Let me tell you about the good thing that I did. Now, were you there during COVID?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember? Do you remember when they had all the tents outside?
Yes.
And you guys had to change clothes before you went home, either in the tent or you had to go back in the building.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden there was a motorhome that was delivered. Do you remember the motorhome at the tents?
It was right across the street.
Yeah. I drove that motorhome down there.
Oh my goodness.
It was loaned to us to loan to the medical center for the nurses for a break room and a changing room. And it was loaned to us by Lee's Family Trailer Sales in Maine, who has since sold to Camping World.
Amazing.
Dan Craffey. And I drove it over there, and we, adhered to all the protocols and what have you.
Thank you for that. It made a difference.
Yeah,
I'm literally up in the operating room, in the trauma operating room, so I'm not down there, but I have to walk through all of that when I come in. So I saw all of that, and yeah, thank you for that.
That's
you get all the Saturday night car
crashes. That's the beauty. I think that's one of the things that you're going to love when you get around to buying your favorite trailer. Our deal is, I'll put them up against anybody in this country. If we have critical needs in the neighborhood, they do Make-A-Wish foundations. They donate to Make-A-Wish. They'll donate trailers to families that have sick children. They do Toys for Tots. We probably have 4 or 5 of them that do Toys for Tots, and
That's awesome.
do that. But it's a great community, both from the dealer and the consumer standpoint. but also when you go to campgrounds. I know when we started camping early on with our kids very young, they just love it. You know, it's safe, it's secure.
Yes.
You have so much fun.
It's like your own. It's because, like I said, we're new to this. So all last summer, we went the whole entire summer. I think we probably went like 7 or 8 times, and we did long weekends, a week, short weekends, and it was like, I don't know, you meet so many people and everybody feels safe. Everyone feels comfortable. Right. And I didn't worry about my girls being out on their bicycles and being ahead of us, and I wasn't right on top of them.
Yep.
And they had a lot of stuff for them to do. It was amazing, all the things that they had to do. But renting a cabin all the time is a little tough. And, you know, hopefully I can save enough and we can not do the cabin thing and we can have our own thing and we can leave it at a campsite or whatever and enjoy it even more. We've already booked 4 times for this coming up summer.
Well, you're ahead of the pack. You know, John's got 6 grandchildren. He's always got 2 or 3 or 4 of them out with him. Sometimes he's got all 6 of them out with him.
Yeah.
That's
you know what? But there's nothing like being with Nana, right?
Right. And I'll tell you really quick, I don't know if this is appropriate time or not, but my son just got full custody of all his daughters, and I moved in with him to help him. And it's been a little rough, and that's why my girlfriend introduced me into camping. Camping got us out into the wilderness and all kinds of activities to do, and they get to meet people. And we've gone so much that every time we go back, there's usually someone there that's been there before, and they've met them. And they're all looking forward to meeting them again next summer.
John, tell her why that's so important, John, because John does that with his grandchildren.
What's that, Bob?
Tell her why that is so important about the people that you meet when you're young like that. And like what Mila is meeting and George and Emerson, when they meet somebody in the campground, you develop these relationships that will last on and on.
Right. Well, you know what? Mila and Reese have developed a relationship with Walter Swenson's granddaughter. Oh. And, you know, they met him at the playground, right? Don't you meet a lot of cool kids at the playground? Right? I mean, you're not too cool to go to the playground yet. You can still go, right?
Yes.
And there's cool kids that you meet there. And, you know, from a parental point of view, and we're certainly preaching to the choir here because all of the people that are watching right now all have kids and grandkids. But like you said, it is a good feeling from a parent's point of view and a grandparent's point of view to know that the kids don't have to be under your eye every minute and that you feel that they're safe in that environment. And you know what? You cannot put a price tag on that.
Right. And, you know, and going camping, like we've done family vacations and stuff, but you go on a family vacation and it just adds up for everything that you add to it. We go camping and it's so much involved for the kids and so many things for them to do that did not cost anything. It was all part of camping, and they get the freedom to not be right on top of us, and we get the freedom to let them go, and we can sit by the fire and have a cocktail and relax knowing that they're okay.
That's
so you should stay in touch with us.
Stay
in touch with us throughout the season.
Yeah, sure.
They don't require a lot. Throw a couple of hot dogs on the grill. You know,
right.
Some mac and cheese. I mean, it's there. You're always there. You're around there, and you have meaningful conversations with them because hopefully they get off the devices and they see.
Not allowed to use them during the daytime, and they don't miss it. It's the only place we go to where they do not miss it. It's crazy.
Yep.
Would you do any traveling outside New England, or would you do mostly New England?
I would love to eventually. We're just trying to get our bearings. Like I told you, he just got full custody of all of them, and we're getting our bearings, and we're getting settled, and we're working on things. And our next thing is to hopefully buy an RV and travel and check out all the different campgrounds.
Well, we hope you do. We got Bernie Culloden here. Bernie's a sales rep up at Campers Inn in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Tamara is a wonderful representative of who our RV is and what is important for their families. Bravo. Love this. So I knew you'd be a big hit. And
thank you.
Audrey's late to the game, but she goes camping with what, John, 8 or 10 of her friends. They
Bob, try about 30 or 40 of them. When
Oh my God, that must be a blast.
No,
They go down to Myrtle Beach.
she's the tour director. She sets up all the campgrounds and the trips, and they go down to Myrtle Beach and they go down to Florida. They do all of that.
Awesome.
And her husband's in the fire business.
Ooh.
He's a fireman. I can't say fireman anymore. Firefighter.
Firefighter. Yeah.
You know, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm still old school. He's a fireman.
Yeah. We want to thank you so much for spending time with us.
Oh,
and,
thank you for having us.
letting us.
And I'm loving that prize. I walked into that thing and it was a door prize. I'm like, I don't know. There's always scams going on and stuff. But all it asked for was my name and my phone number. I'm like, yeah, why not? And I can't tell you, when I got the phone call, I couldn't believe it. I said, I'm not going to believe this until it's in my Jeep. And when she put it in my Jeep and it was there and there was no other questions, I was like, oh my goodness. I am so excited. My granddaughters are so excited. It's going to be a great summer this summer.
Great.
And
well, stay in touch.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. I want you to stay in touch with us.
Okay.
Next January show, I'm going to give you as many complimentary tickets as you want for your family.
Oh, thank you.
And I want you to be our guest next year, because now that you're going to get excited and get out there and look at this stuff, and let's shoot for next January for you to buy your first RV at the Boston show, and enjoy your prize. Kids, enjoy the time with your grandmother. These are precious hours, as you well know. Enjoy camping. John, anything else before we let Tamara go?
No, I just read Jerry's note about love the eye roll when said they didn't miss their devices.
That's my best friend who introduced me and took me to the RV show. Yeah. I didn't know she was on here, but yeah.
Exactly.
But she knows they don't have the devices that they use when it's daytime and they're outside. Great. It's all about camping.
Go have fun.
That's great. Fun. All right. Okay. Let you guys go. Thanks very much for following the link and joining us tonight. And congratulations on all those goodies that you got.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having us.
All right. Bye now.
All right, bye-bye.
We're not going to get to all those videos by any means, but I don't know if you want to run anything for Lee's or just talk about Lee's for 30 seconds. From that perspective.
We'll do them at the end.
Okay, good.
Because we got so much that...
Before we go any further, Zagami, there's been a lot of news today about Brady, right? Brady. Starting at 8:30 this morning, it's been Brady all day long. But us here at RVing in New England, we went out and found our own Brady, and Bob has him all queued up right now. And the Brady brothers are the co-founders of Alliance RV, which is a highly respected fifth wheel, and now they have a travel trailer. And Bob had an opportunity. What Brady did you get to talk with, Bob?
I talked with Coley Brady.
Coley Brady, one of two twin brothers.
Yeah, and Ryan is his brother. Right. Let's see what we talked about.
Hey, Bob Zagami with the Camper Report Show, and I'm here with Coley Brady, one of the Brady brothers who founded Alliance RV.
Yes.
And I had trouble finding it. The crowds are so big. We're at the Tampa Super Show.
Yeah.
It's electric. What's your take on it?
It's
Coley?
electric. It was, so it's Thursday, about lunchtime right now, and Wednesday was incredible. It was a great first day. We're off the beaten path just a little bit, but our display was rocking the entire time. We had a terrific first day. It was awesome to see.
Yep, and you got all the folks running. I'm colorblind. Are they blue t-shirts or are they purple?
They are blue. They are a navy blue t-shirt, and all of our allies are running around with those across the show, which is helping kind of spread the word about where we're located here at the show.
Well, you have a tremendous customer following from day one, the way that you did your crowdsourcing before you ever made a product. The product line now is absolutely amazing, and we got this something new.
Yes, we have new. Yeah, so we're finally now doing travel trailers. So we have 18 units on display here, which has been awesome. So we have you know, a great selection of Avenues and Paradigms and Valors, and then of course, you know, this new trailer's out, and we have 2 trailers here. Actually, both of them sold yesterday, so now we're taking orders off of those, which is exciting. But and then one of the other exciting things that we're doing is we're coming out with a laminated travel trailer later this summer. So that's the next offering that we'll have here in about 6 to 7 months. So,
and I'm sure the dealers are loving it.
Dealers are loving
that
it.
Alliance
Yep,
name.
exactly, and it really kind of rounds up the franchise to really kind of give you a great product offering from, you know, a great travel trailer all the way up to full profile fifth wheels and toy haulers.
Just amazing. We expect now this. To your point earlier, this is Thursday. Can you imagine what it is going to be like here Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday should be great, and yeah, I'm excited about what's in store. So it should be a great week.
Well, I think the dealers really appreciate doing business with Alliance. Your focus on customer service, it's legendary. In the short period of time that you've been in the industry, you're developing a legendary brand that people are looking at, and the dealers are so enthusiastic about it. Can't say enough about the organization. And
well, thank you very much, Bob.
Great to see you
as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Well,
now what they had there is that particular one was a toy hauler. So they had this is the back of the one that was behind Coley and I. So you got the bed in the roof. Those couches fold down for other beds, and then you get the deck on the back. So that, even though it's a small travel trailer, there's a lot of stuff built into it. And when you look at it from inside, and then looking back, those 2 couches are the garage area with that bed up on top, the deck out back, and you still have your bedroom and all your amenities for it. So they've done a nice job with that. And that's their very first travel trailer. Very first. And as he said, they'll come out with a stick and tin, which is a term used in the industry for the laminated trailers. They'll be coming out with one of those.
Yep. And moving right along with new innovations that we see at shows, we had an opportunity to talk with our friends at Winnebago, and they have come out with a controversial offering. It's not controversial to them, but it's controversial to the naysayers in the industry about an all-electric RV. And Bob, if you hit that button, you'll... So in cars today, the big talk is about EVs. And now, today, exclusively with my friend Russ Garfin at Winnebago, we're going to talk about EV RV.
Right. ERV2.
ERV2.
ERV2, right?
Okay, and there's the 2 right there on that letter.
Yeah.
Russell, you can't pick up anything in the media without hearing about electric.
Right.
And you guys obviously didn't think of this yesterday. You've been working on it.
We've been working on it. We've had several iterations. Like last year here at the show,
yeah.
You know, our advanced technology group showed their concept for ERV. That was the ERV1, and then we kind of took that in. Now this is our fully commercialized version of that. You know, the next iteration. So this vehicle, you know, is fully production ready. And it is now we launched in our prototype fleet, which I think you heard about, where we're going to have user testing for several months, and then at some point, which we can't talk about today, but at some point we're going to take it to the market.
Yep, but you're not going to put this out until you get a lot of feedback from people who are already either driving Bs or driving electrics.
Yeah.
To kind of
there's a lot of new technology in here, right? So we want to prove it out. We want to improve it as we go. We need customer feedback to help us do that. But you know, we also have this really strong feeling of the person buying an electric RV. One of the reasons that they buy it is they want it to be just really simple to use and durable, reliable, and all they have to do is worry about is charging, right? And then away you go. Put the button and off you go. So we want to make sure that our vehicle meets those expectations.
Yeah, and you know what? The big difference, well, in any RV situation, you've got the chassis, which is made by a Ford or a Chevrolet or a Sprinter, et cetera, et cetera. And that's got its own propulsion system.
Yep.
You're not messing with Ford when you talk about the electronics from the back, right?
For our current version these prototypes are built on is the Ford E-Transit. And it's completely stock from Ford, so all of your service support and everything will come from the Ford network around North America. And we wanted to make sure that we do everything that we can to maximize that range, which means all the stuff in the coach is going to have its own battery powered system. And that battery powered system is huge, right? 15 kilowatts. So 48 volt with a 48 volt air conditioner, which really can provide for boondocking, for we say 7 days of boondocking, but running the electric water heater, taking showers, cooking using the induction cooktop, all the lights and the fans. Obviously, if you want to run the air conditioner 24 hours a day, you're not going to get 7 days off of that, but moderate use. And the 48 volt system is really efficient, that air conditioner. So one of the things I mentioned to you earlier, I think is really important for people to know about, by keeping the system separate, now we allow the customer to actually extend their range, like in Florida here when you want to drive with the air conditioner on.
Like here it is, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
we'll
turn it on, right? But you don't have to use the dash air. You can use the house air to keep the whole van cool.
Which doesn't impact your range.
Right.
Because I think if anybody knows anything about electric vehicles, heating systems and cooling systems on the coach part really have an impact on the range.
So nice. Yep, and you could do both. With our system.
And it's ironic that you've got the picture of the charger system over there. I see it right here.
Yeah. You can charge your house batteries at a level 2 charging point, the same place you would charge your coach. Right.
So say that one more time.
Yeah, you can charge your house batteries using a level 2 charger, right, at the same charging place that you charge
your front end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we have every connection possible. So you can charge your house batteries, at home, with 120 volt. You can charge a 30 volt system at a campground.
With 50. The level 1, yeah.
Yeah, you can charge with 50 amp at the campground or level 2 charger on the road.
Right. The real workhorse here, the real difference maker, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, Russ? Is the LI?
Yeah, it all starts right here. This is a new battery that we partnered with Lithionics on, and they really came through for us. We needed something that was really high power density, that was kind of the ultimate in safety. This is UL approved. It's kind of the safest form factor for a lithium battery, and actually because it's only 5 inches high. Now it packages under the floor, it gives you really good weight distribution in the back. It doesn't impact the weight distribution of the coach at all. So,
if you're in this situation where you're using battery power, it doesn't mean you're saying bye-bye solar.
No, we went all in on the
your
solar.
Solar is.
So we got the really nice high-end Merlin panels, and if you've seen on the front end,
those pliable panels, they're not the thick ones.
Right. That we built kind of a framework with a fairing that goes on the front over the eyebrow, I guess, of the vehicle. Right, so
okay, that's right. Yeah,
you can see them up front. So it's kind of a cool look, but there's not a lot of room on the roof for the amount of solar that we want to put on. So we extended it by going down over the front. Right, so you got 500 watts on the roof, and then we provide 2 extra panels, so you get a total of 900 watts of solar charging, which can provide a lot, right?
And that's constantly charging.
Right? So if you have that solar fully hooked up, then of course your 7-day boondocking turns to indefinite, right?
So we could go through this and spend another 25 minutes. You're well beyond my pay grade when it comes to all these other things. I saw the plug-in and I saw the solar. That's where my intelligence level diminishes. But we want to thank you so much. Let people know, watch the streets of America, that there will be some test vehicles out. The ERV2 from Winnebago. It's on a Ford Transit. It looks great. It might not look exactly like that. Right. But it definitely will have some marketing.
You'll see it, right? And people can sign up. If you want to sign up and get a shot at being a test driver for us, we're looking for...
There we go.
You can sign up at winnebago.com, and it's /all-electric.
There we go. Thanks, everybody.
It's an amazing vehicle.
And Walter Swenson is 100% right. When he said another 3 or 4 years, they'll be ready for some users. I don't know if it's that long, but definitely the range on it of 108 miles is not long enough. And that is assuming optimum weather conditions. So it doesn't take in elevation. It doesn't take in headwinds. It doesn't take in temperatures. So
I shouldn't challenge Walter because he's much smarter than you and I put together, but I'm not sure I agree with the 3 to 4 years. The reason they're at this point and that they're showing it to consumers, they got 12 units that they're going to put out through the country. So if you go to that URL, you could sign up and they may select you.
Yeah, Walter, we'll put your name in. We'll give you a reference.
Right. We'll tell them just on your application, Walter, just say, Bob Zagami and John DePietro. I'm sure that'll help you out a lot. but they're going to take all that feedback from the consumers. So I think you'll probably see the first ones, production-wise, probably within a couple of years. But I think 5 years before you see any meaningful penetration.
Right.
Of the
Walter, just to clarify one thing Bob said, if you put our name down on the application, go on. But absolutely, folks, listen. Winnebago is absolutely serious about having people from the field test these because you know what? Everybody has different needs in the RV that they want. And you might find that you want it for going to a campground and staying there for a whole week at a time, which is totally different than doing what my wife and I do is we stay for one night at a time and then move on to the next place. We're travelers. We're not campers. So Winnebago wants a wide variety of people. So go to winnebago.com/all-electric, and you could be driving one of these for 3 or 4 days.
Charlie Butler, who may be new, I don't know if you've been with us before, Charlie, says recharging and battery costs will hurt this. I'm going to disagree with you too. Number one, the battery cost is going to start to come down when they get into mass production. Again, that might be 3 or 4 years. And recharging, I'm not sure. John, did Russ talk about a setup like you have with your Volkswagen with what is it?
Right.
Or whatever.
You can pull into any of the charging places. You know, you see them at the malls all over the place. Not Tesla right now. As of right now, you can't use Tesla superchargers, but Tesla is working on a program where if you're on the main turnpike and you see all those Tesla chargers over at the rest area, within a year, you'll be able to use those Tesla superchargers. And as you plug in your motor, you're also charging the rest of the vehicle as well. So plus the solar. I don't know if you noticed there was extensive solar on that as well. Mr. Butler, I don't know Mr. Butler, but the thing is, you don't have to change the battery with this. That battery stays with it. But excellent point of.
And it is an issue, but as I said last week, when we talked something similar last week, you're going to see the price drops come because when the production goes up, we got several Fords. I think all the major automobile manufacturers are investing in their own battery plants. And the more that they sell, just like when they started selling computers, they were very big and very expensive. And now you carry it around in your hand and it's not so expensive. So you're going to see that same trend on the technology. And Walter will certainly jump on me if I'm wrong on that. But that would do it. Let's talk quickly about shows because we just finished up with ours, and I want to play kind of a very short commercial.
Get ready for Hemlock Hill RV's Open House Weekend. All low RV show prices will be held over. Hemlock Hill RV. Our #1 priority is our customers. Get the right RV at the right price. Just for you at Hemlock Hill RV. Get ready for Hemlock.
So they have an open house so there's no show this weekend. They did the Hartford show last weekend. Had some good reports back from that. Early indications are the shows are doing very well, and the sales are actually up surprisingly for a lot of the people. They're meeting their show goals. And
and there's a Worcester show this year again.
Worcester
show.
One of the guys that probably does the best job of all of our dealers in terms of working shows, his business model is geared towards shows, is Chad Shepard of Pete's RV. They are the show mechanics, let me tell you. And nobody works harder setting up the show than Chad Shepard. He does not ask anybody to do anything, whether it's jacking up a trailer or delivering stacking rolls of toilet paper that they give away in their free drawings. Chad is the man when it comes to that. Let's see. This interview you did with him in Boston, right, John?
Yeah, this was in Boston. Hey, everybody, we are at the Boston RV show. We're the last day, and our friend Chad Shepard from Pete's RV is here, and Chad's walking around and making sure everything's ready for the last day. Chad, you've got quite a different variety of products here this year. Some real cool paint jobs. This is pretty much a new unit, right, Chad?
Yeah, this is the brand new release from Jayco. This is the Seneca XD. This was designed by Corey Weatherton at Jayco, and it's been probably our most popular piece here. It's built in the Ford F550 chassis, but yet it's a Super C diesel four-wheel drive, so we can get that off-road use if needed. And like I said earlier, a ton of storage, and a lot of people have been really, really interested in this. The Boston RV Show's been great so far. Record crowds, and bodes really well for the camping season coming ahead.
So you brought a lot of new, I mean, you didn't bring Super Cs in before, did you?
No, this is our second year with Super Cs. 2019 was the last time we were here with Super Cs. But we have the Seneca, which is the big brother to this one. It's going to be this red one here. So this is Seneca Prestige, which is probably the most high-end luxury coach at the show this year. Full body paint. We're built on a Freightliner chassis. And when we look at this, we're going to notice huge long slides, big chassis, big carrying capacities, high end.
That is just punch a full wall slide.
Yeah, tile floor.
Yeah.
It's just luxury at its best here at the show for sure.
Yeah.
And this has a savings of $100,000 on it. So,
savings of $100,000.
Yeah, so when you're coming to an RV show, if you're looking to buy a trailer in the first quarter or you need it for this year, RV show is the place to go.
Okay, and when you talk about RV shows, especially when you come here, you always see yellow shirts.
That's for sure.
And you know what? I've noticed that the way you staff your, should I call it a booth? It's not really a booth, is it?
No, our display space, yeah.
Your display space. I mean, we've got new people entering the RV lifestyle, and they have questions. And they can't go far here without finding someone to answer their questions. Plus, you got manufacturers reps in as well.
Yeah. I mean, we spend a lot of time on training. We're New England's #1 volume dealership. No one sells more RVs in New England than Pete's RV Center. And we do it through educating our staff. Not only do we want to sell your first one, we want to sell your fifth one. We're all master certified by Jayco. We're certified by the manufacturer from Forest River. And plus our service team as well has gone to the factories. They've come into our store. We have a ton of factory support to help us provide great customer service.
Yep, and I see Jayco is a lot of your display, but you've got some
yeah, we go back here with
Cougars
the
down there.
The Keystone product. We have Forest River Saver. We have just in our display 71 units.
71 units,
the
okay.
largest display at the show this year.
So you have more here at the show than most dealers have on their lot.
I guess you could say that, yeah. Yeah, we have over 70 staff here this weekend to help people find the right unit and save some money and affordable monthly payments.
What are you seeing for crowds, demographics-wise?
Yeah, I think it's back to 2018, 2019. I mean, we saw the strollers.
Strollers, yeah,
we saw the
yesterday,
empty
right.
nesters. There's a big crowd. Fridays and Mondays tend to be motorhome buyers and fifth wheel buyers, and on the weekends we got bunkhouse buyers. So it fits everywhere, all the way from top to bottom.
And we're sure to say that how many stores you've got now?
Yeah, we're up to 9 stores, working on our 10th.
Okay.
But we're still family owned and operated, 300 employees strong, and continuing to grow.
All over New England.
Yeah.
And other places as well, right?
Yeah, we've stretched out a little bit.
Pennsylvania.
Obviously, Indiana, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Virginia. We're trying to stretch out where our customers buy from us so we can service them after the sale.
Great. Hey, we want to thank you so much. I know that last couple of days there have been people lined up to get in, and you guys are ready.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Interesting, very large display at the show.
Yep. Yep. Can we fit one more in, Bob?
What do we got?
Jeff?
You could. It's 7:56. Oh man, we could. Yeah, let's get Jeff in here. Jeff Wozniak.
Everybody, in our continuing series of wide variety of RVs, we're talking with Jeff today. And Jeff, you're going to tell us a little bit about truck campers and why they are a great value and why people buy them. You've got one right behind you. Tell us about that.
Well, this is a real-life truck camper. It's designed to go on the back of the truck. You can, as you see here, put it on the ground and still use it. It's got an awning off the back and the front, ladder for the roof, refrigerator, bed up in the front, living area back here.
Let's go in and just see.
It is designed for taking it to the beach, taking it to the outdoors, going where a travel trailer fifth wheel cannot, or even your motorhomes.
Okay, and that is, people think these are designed for one person. That looks like a queen size bed there.
It is. This is a couples coach. You've got the skylight in the front and the shade that goes down, power vent. So if you're off the grid and don't want to use your air conditioning, you can actually run that and get some temperature change.
Okay. So Jeff, this is not really roughing it, because when I look up, you've got air conditioning, you've got a gas stove,
you've
got a
bathroom,
which we'll get into in just a minute. You got a fridge here somewhere, I'm sure.
Yep, right behind you.
Okay. And this dining area, does that fold down into more sleeping?
It does. This flips over, but it only fits somebody about 4 feet long. It's designed for children.
But if you got kids,
yep.
You can,
it's designed to sit 2 people side by side, sit down, have a cup of coffee, breakfast in the morning, dinner at night. Most of the time you're spending outside. A lot of people get the truck camper because they can still tow their boat and do their water sports, and
tow their boat,
fishing.
their kayak, etc.
Kayak, exactly.
Now, the interesting thing is there are some units that I've seen that have slide outs.
Yes, they do make some of these with slide outs. Real Light does make it in their next grade up.
Okay, so who would be the person that buys one of these as we turn around and head for that bathroom?
The person who would buy this would be your outdoorsy type,
adventurer,
the
type.
Fisher, the people the beach goers who like to surf cast.
And you have your commode and shower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're not really roughing it. Oh, here's your fridge, good sized fridge. Very good.
Freezer on the top.
Very good sized fridge. You can fit at least a 6-pack in there.
I'm sure you can manage more than that if you wanted to.
Okay. So, ballpark of what these go for.
This one here is 33. Show special.
Okay. And when you're looking for them, what are some of the features that you should be looking for? Because there's such a wide range.
Well, realistically, you got to figure out which pickup truck you have. They actually design them for, depending on the truck camper, 5-foot beds up to 8-foot beds.
Okay.
They're designed for compact trucks up to 1 tons only. So if you're getting a slide out, you need a 1 ton only. And a lot of times you want that dually so you get the extra stability in the back. And that way you don't need to worry about airbags.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so what I've noticed is that these truck campers, if you call them that, have been around for quite a while. But I think it's very important to point out that in the last few years, the innovations on the features have been absolutely amazing. So,
yeah, you've got electric jacks. You got a control box. You hit a button from out here, and I can move each jack individually. I can move all 4 jacks if I need to. Hot water heaters, outside showers. Got your furnace. Water hookup, electrical plugs, so you can plug something in outside. You got the power cord, you can run it into a generator if you call a generator behind you.
And pretty much all the conveniences of a larger unit, but with more convenience as far as being able to drop this at the campground. You don't need a tow vehicle because your tow vehicle is your vehicle that you're driving with.
Right.
So many conveniences.
Well, it makes it great. And like I said, if you decide to tow units around, there's people who own businesses. They come to trade shows, and they have a trailer in the back full of their wares, and they set up at the trade show. Well, guess what? They don't want to pay for hotels, and they get a parking spot. They can
park right there
and stay overnight.
There we go. So that is the truck camper. Jeff from Man's RV, we want to thank you so much for explaining this to our audience and wish you the best.
Have a nice day.
Man, I don't know. Maybe we got to extend the show to 2 hours. I can't picture doing that every week, but
show more videos next week. That's all. We got a bunch.
Walter says I am starting a GoFundMe for John and purchasing him some level air microphones. LOL. We already have them. We just don't use them on occasion. So I bought him the microphones years ago.
We got them.
That was Charlie. Audrey, Moore's Law of battery tech will kick in soon, and you'll see rapid changes in battery tech over the next 2 to 4 years. I agree. I thought I saw something. Audrey, I did. Audrey says, this offer from Winnebago is very interesting. not to me, but I'll share this link with my group. Thank you.
There we go.
So we've already run over by a couple of minutes, but thank you all for joining us tonight. And our second recap of the shows, we'll get back to some normal programming next week and find ourselves a nice guest to join with us. Any closing statements, John, before we hit the road?
Special thanks to our audience. We always appreciate you, never take you for granted, and realize that you're going out of your way to watch us every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, now in our 7th year. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it, and we'll see you down the road.
Have a great day, everybody.
All right. Let me figure out where my closing video is. Beep, 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 beep. Here we go.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.